Hello, this is the third part of a trilogy of short videos showing how combining the ideas of Alfred North Whitehead, Eugene Halliday and Arthur Koestler explains the nature of reality and consciousness. This video concentrates on Arthur Koestler's contribution. Arthur Koestler was a polymath. He was born in Hungary in 1905. He died in 1983 after living a most amazing and controversial life. He was, during his lifetime, a communist and an anti-communist. He was an author and a journalist, writing fiction and non-fiction books on history, politics, philosophy, psychology, parapsychology, and science. From his whole body of work, though, we are going to concentrate on just one of his ideas, and that is his idea of Holons, that he set out in his book, The Ghost in the Machine, published in 1967. The concept of a holon is anything that is, at the same time, both a whole and a part. So, for instance, a gearbox is a whole in itself, but can also be part of a car. A cog is a whole in itself, but can also be part of a gearbox. Everything can be described in terms of holons. An easy way of looking for holons is to look for their boundaries. In this picture, the room is a holon. It is part of a hotel holon, and it consists of many internal holons: the bed holon, the bedside lights holons, the blind holons, the towel holons, and the cushion holons. And the blind holons consist of slat holons, and the television holon consists of a screen holon and many other internal part holons. And they all consist of atom holons. The entire physical universe can be described in terms of holons. A star is a holon. It is part of a galaxy holon. Of course, I am a holon, and you are too. We are made up of complex organ holons that are made of cell holons that are made from complex organic chemical holons that are made from atom holons. This idea of holons is a brilliant way of describing the physical universe, very concisely. Unfortunately, however, the idea of holons has never caught on in mainstream science. There are a number of reasons. You just need to pick up on three. Firstly, the idea of holons is a description of the universe that is at odds with the standard Big Bang model of the universe. The relationship between a cog to a gearbox or a gearbox to a car is not seen to have any cosmological significance. In the particle and space narrative, these objects are collections of dead atoms, put together in a specific way by extremely clever, conscious human beings. Unfortunately, the standard model has no explanation for how human beings are conscious in the first place. But we do not have time to follow that particular thread. Secondly, because of the dominance of this Big Bang model, very few, if any, scientists would make a living looking at alternatives. And thirdly, and probably the most important reason, that until now, holons have been considered to be non-physical. So it has not been possible to investigate them scientifically or do any mathematical calculations on them. However, if you've seen the video, Reality and Consciousness, links to Eugene Halliday, you will have discovered how quantum boundaries and quantum awareness are fundamental universal properties, and that those properties are an integral part of an oscillating electrical process. It is possible to do calculations on such a system, and that gives us a route constructing holons and finding out what properties they have. So where does this lead us? Well, we have seen that a holon is anything that has a boundary, anything that has an inside and an outside, anything that could be circumscribed. So, for instance, this cog, like all objects, has a surface boundary. It is a holon. It has an inside and an outside. Similarly, one can recognize the boundaries of a gearbox and the boundaries that make up a car. So we know what is inside a gearbox and outside a gearbox, what is inside a car and what is outside a car. And the same for stars and planets in space. We easily recognize what is inside and outside of those bodies. We can now see why boundaries might be important. So how do we build boundaries from quantum boundaries? In this diagram, we are adding together many quantum boundaries and many quantum processes to form a circular boundary. Do this in 3 dimensions and the quantum processes form a sphere. Of course, a sphere has an inside and an outside. So we have constructed a very simple holon. Now it is possible to do calculations on the quantum oscillations, the quantum processes that make up the holons. And when you do this, some rather important results emerge. For instance, with knowledge of the speed of light, the phenomena of radioactive decay can be predicted, and the predictions match those of scientific observations. So it is easy to see why atom holons are stable. The whole material universe, a holon universe, can be constructed from these stable atom holons, in the same way that our particle and space universe is built up from atoms. However, atom holons do much more. Perhaps most importantly, as holons become increasingly complex, they show increasingly complex awareness. This is simply based on the fact that atom holons from which they are constructed have an intrinsic property of atomic awareness. This is a property they have because they are constructed from quantum processes that have a fundamental property of quantum awareness. Ultimately, the extremely complex human form comes together with an extremely complex awareness. It is not unreasonable to describe this extremely complex awareness as consciousness. Combining the ideas of Alfred North Whitehead, EUGENE Halliday, and Arthur Koestler, their little quantum theory, we can explain how the physical universe, life and consciousness, are simultaneously built into that universe by electrical quantum processes. This channel is dedicated to exploring how this interfunctional process holon universe, with its awareness as a fundamental property, throws light on what it is like to be human. Hope you found this video interesting. Please like and subscribe to see when new videos are available. Or to find out more about reality and consciousness, go to the numbered videos on this playlist. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.